an EU team, that's something they got to sort out. So let's head into the game for game number 1 of Nigma versus Alliance. And just to remind you guys of the stakes here, both of these teams are playing. One's for relegation, that'll be Alliance, and one is for promotion, that'll be Nigma. But neither of them are locked in. It'll just force tiebreakers for those respective slots as well. So
just to give context, Alliance aren't playing for relegation, they're playing not to be relegated. Very different spectrums. Yeah, we would hope, of course.
Yeah, I don't know, but...
my P brain was like, oh yes, they're playing to get 7th and 8th. Like, this will be a quick series.
30 seconds to battle.
Alrighty, but yeah, I did mention those lanes. I wanted to pick your brain on this a little bit, because I guess we have like the techies versus the Pugner. I mean, they're not in the same lane, but I've just mean like in kind of laning meta, these are the two kind of big bullies in the lane. So does that kind of make it even, in your opinion, throughout these side lanes?
I think there's just a lot of potential for heroes to get poked down, right? At any minute, like even like a Tide plus any active hero just finds kills, and you already see it here.
All the blocks. Yeah. Hanskin, that is a great way to start things off. Kuro is going to go down. Hanskin takes the kill with a beautiful little catch there on that disruption.
And that's going to be the entire laning phase now for Kuroki. Like, sure, Hanskin's not going to be in that lane, but if at any minute he oversteps his mark, Gush into techie spells, that's going to be a half HP Enchantress, maybe even dead. So, yeah, I'm excited to see both kind of off lane, see what they can bring and how much damage they can really pump out. There's a lot of kill threat, I feel like, in the off lane. And this mid lane matchup with Mikey and Chuan, it's a lot of spam from Snapfire. And Pangolier normally thrives from slightly more passive lanes, and we're already seeing Mikey just constantly clicking, trying to do as much bullying as possible to prevent this Pango from opening up the map and giving time for PL to farm.
Yeah, it's so annoying to play against. It's just a constant bullying. The Scatterblast does so much work. It shoves the lane out as well, so you can't even just have a normal lane. You can't really work the creep aggro. You just kind of have to do what Snapfire wants to do. She decides the lane. You don't really have much of an input to it as a Pangolier in this particular matchup. So yeah, close eyes on the side lanes. Kuro is doing quite a lot of work in harassing out Ponlo here. Of course, Impetus, always such a potent laning ability.
It's always nice to see the evolution of Enchantress, right? There's some patches where you go Enchant level 1, some patches where you go Impedus level 1.
Yeah.
Yuma just getting absolutely slapped.
Yeah, it was the moment they turned away. They're like, the moment Kuro left, they're like, right, he's pulling at him, like just immediately just slaying him. I mean, not quite killing him, but Jesus, the damage coming out from them two was no joke. And yeah, Kuro's back now though, continues throwing out those spears of safety.
S4 is so aggressive with positioning. Like, so many times on his offlaners, I see him just take a random trip under tower. Like, there was no creeps for him to use, and he just lost like 200-300 HP. And I don't think there's any effect for it. Like, he might have maybe deterred like once. Yeah, he needs to be careful.
Might be dead here. 3 poison upon him. Gonna need a couple more.
Very close to dying.
Very fire and stick. Yeah.
Level 1 shadow poison is so pathetic. Like 24 damage per stack, and what, you get like 3 stacks. So, look at me, I'm tickling him. It's one of the most underwhelming supports, and it's why you see at least Shadow Demon players today go for Disrupt level 1.
Yeah, 100%. We did see that earlier on. It's what gave them first blood.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Meanwhile, in the middle lane, it does look like Chun's been able to drag himself back into it a little bit. He's picked up this bottle. I didn't quite see what happened with the Water Runes, but he definitely got himself one. Yeah, they went 1 for 1, but with that bottle, Chun's going to be pretty happy about that. Mikey's all empty. It's pretty straight head-to-head at the moment.
It'll be interesting to see how the 6-minute runes really come into play right now. Because it's so even, it's like whoever gets the active rune then has kill potential. Like Pangolier, sure, you might have Rolling Thunder to survive through Monomer Kisses, but if you get, you know, level 6 advantage going the way of Mikey, then that's not in play. You could just go down. And Yuma
gotta
constantly getting hit.
Oh, I think he might be in some trouble. The bomb is out, but no, they don't quite have enough to bring him down. S4 doesn't have that gush off cooldown quite yet, so Yuma is able to sit back. But again, you're just going to sit back and try and get this big wave coming in. I mean, if Lance can do anything about him now, then he won't be getting this wave, which would be a huge win. But that snake bouncing around onto all of them is going to give Yuma back quite a lot of mana, so probably going to mean that he can keep his lane going.
Yeah, key thing here, Kuroki just hit level 3, so now 2 points in enchant. He can now take over the Warpine Raider, and he was reserving using enchant, knowing he was so close to free. It's why you saw that aggression come out, and we now see the strength of Enchantress bringing that extra body into lane. Should be able to tank up just a little bit more for Yuma to farm.
Yeah.
Yes, very healthy across the entire Nigma side. And already, look, one little Warpine comes into the mix, and S4's like, oh god, please get this creep out of my face. And there's a second one poised, ready to scuffle if he wants to take it over.
Yep, Siege Shot so damn annoying, and it's not even going to die because, again, Kuro's just ready to resummon and keep it going. Full mana, cooldown's ready to go. S4, I mean, he's literally getting super low just to this Warpine Raider who was just harassing him non-stop. Look at this guy. Who would win, the watermelon or the pine cone?
Pine cone, easy, every day of the week.
Boink.
Well, not this day, but all the other days. He's done enough, even though he hasn't got the kill. He's won the mental game. You know, S4's like, I need regen, I need stuff, resources, and Ponlo can't give it to him. He's got nothing in his inventory. So yeah, Nigma,
absolutely not.
Very healthy lead. And PL, look at this disparity of the top lane. When you have SD in your lane, who doesn't really provide anything other than setup, plus a PL that needs a support that does damage because you just want to hit creeps and don't hit any damage yourself, it's a very bad lane. I don't think many pros would go, boys, I love playing the SDPL lane. It does so much. No, it does so little. And you see that because MC's at 32-5 on the CS compared to the 18 or 19 for 1 on the PL lane. Night and day difference right now.
Yeah, he's not shut out Charlie, but he's having a pretty miserable time. And yeah, Hanskin could do not much about it. I mean, he's just trying to kill GH this whole time. He's just playing whack-a-mole with his little Pugna that's running around at like 330 move speed for some reason. Very, very fun for Hanskin. But yeah. This is what I was worried about, though. Like, you've got two really strong laners on the side of Nigma Galaxy. You've got one strong laner on the side of Alliance, and then you have this Shadow Demon, which does have its use in the game. You know, I do like the pick, but you need to have a plan out of this laning phase to get back a little bit of the gold you're going to be losing from this.
Oh, Kuroki's so annoying. So this Techies, who's now just south of the mid-tier 1 tower, there was a neutral creep following the Techies the entire way, and it just expired. So not only did he see Ponlo rotate to the mid lane, he saw him place the ward and then prevented Mikey from stepping up and being a little bit too aggressive. So just Kuroki on his Enchantress being so just informative with his creeps. And as soon as that happens, grab a new one, send it onto S4. Yeah, Kuroki, we're not really seeing it on stream, but he's doing a lot of just mini movements right now to disrupt the ability of Alliance, sweeping heroes across the map and doing the aggressive plays you normally see from Alliance at this point.
They're setting up a little bit here onto S4 with the kisses coming over from the sidelines here. Mortimer's kind of get it done. Struggling. There we go. Lands it in the end. Mikey, he don't miss. Finishes the job. S4 goes down. Nice little rotation. And to be honest, this is kind of what I was wanting to see from Chuan in the middle lane. You know, he's sitting here with Rolling Thunder, but no rotations really being had right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that we see Mikey go to the movement first, right? Don't try and kill this mid lane. Like your supports, what, Ench and Pugna, how are you going to really chain so you see the pan go long enough? So rather than forcing heroes to you, make the map feel wider and get the ball rolling. TP to the lane, get a kill, instantly run back to mid. And now for Pangolier, he feels uncomfortable. He's already like one down on the kind of the rotation game, and you never like to see that on a Pangolier. He's often the hero that TPs into that fight and gets the kill, but because Snapfire, you're so far away, you're never really rotating into the lane. Yuma, very low on HP.
Ooh, yeah.
No mana. One more spell. Anything. Just breathe on him. He'll die.
Come on. They've got a sticky bomb. Surely this lands, right? Yeah, it does. All right. Yuma is dead. So
he's not
had the wand. They didn't check the wand charges. No way does he actually live here, but they don't have any more resources to keep on going. So Yuma survives a one little like bonus they thought they could get out of his lane, but no. I mean, at the very least,
4-1 charges.
Yuma's sent back, but
any other hero dead there with 4-1 charges. Just the value of Mana Shield and Deucer. What can you do, boys? It's like double effectiveness, right? HP and mana.
All right. Chuan setting up onto Kuro here. They're going to use a disruption just to wait for the cooldown, a swashbuckle, and
there we go.
Bosh. There we go. Kill goes with Chuan.
We were just doing the, oh look, if there was a Bloodseeker in this game, look how quick they would be moving as they kill Enchantress. So we're just checking on the low HP heroes before we went to the Enchantress. Of course, Bloodseeker's not in the game. We were just testing if those viewers were aware.
Of course, of course.
Of course. Just the fact that Yuma went to like 48 HP and 0 mana to then wand and then, oops, I'm back in the lane with half and half. Oh god. What a truly splendid hero.
Rotation down to bottom though. Nigma, they're making the plays. Mikey does see S4 here. Will be able to cancel that TP with the cookie. Didn't know that Mikey was in the area, and S4 will pay the price for it. But now, Tron looking for a bit of a counter rotation. He's got the Rolling Thunder coming through, but it's going to be a runaway Thunder more than anything as he backs himself out.
He's got major damage issues right now in Alliance. Because Nigma is setting the pace of every engagement, you're not seeing Ponlo be in position to help the team. You're not seeing Tron, like, when you look at this Alliance lineup, if Pango and Techies, A, don't have levels and B, aren't present, they're killing no one. Like, literally no one. It is impossible. And yeah, Nigma kind of playing around that beautifully, poking them, forcing TPs, and getting the correct setups.
It's nice to watch. It's very clean thus far. And now they're looking for a bit of a setup into towards the middle lane as well. Another ward is down even. The 3-man D ward. You love to see it. GH?
Should be fine.
Lands. Yeah, he's kind of setting up.
Oh, there's a
for,
Mars. No, I take it back. I take
hit.
it back. No, but I'm so sorry. He's very dead.
He's very dead.
I didn't see the Mars coming from the hilltops.
If we didn't, then he sure didn't. And now down in the bottom lane, more action taking place. Ponlo trying to get away with the blast off. He's got to sidestep this some way, somehow. Cannot do it. Gets caught by the kiss and does go down. Cookie out. That one will miss. S4 trying to get himself away from this one. And I think he will be successful in doing so. No more resources left on the Snapfire. She needs to go and get herself some of that lovely, lovely blue juice.
Blue juice indeed. And Mikey, he's using his blue juice beautifully, right? Every time he has the kisses available, just come down to this bot lane and just punish Alliance. We're just seeing what Tide died, then we saw SD die, and yeah, I just love the fact they're not focusing on mid lane. I've already mentioned it a lot about the lack of control, and just go to a lane where they're already out of position and utilize the fact that you can just, you know, kiss them down. It's, yeah, really good stuff so far. The net worth is insane. MC 5.2k to the 3.5k of S4 on the off lane. Mid lane as well, relatively even, that's good. But then look at Dusa. He's nearly 1,000 up on the PL. Yeah, basically 1,000 now. Alliance, we mentioned the lack of damage in their draft, so they really are going to have to kind of build a line, a defensive line, and just farm up behind it. And you already see Charlie, he's made that kind of read. He's going for the Aghanims first on this PL, which allows his Spirit Lance to bounce. It is incredibly obnoxious in defensive engagements where you can just Spirit Lance from a distance. It helps you farm immensely.
That is true.
But still, it's very much a play on the back foot style game. Of course, there could be worlds where PL goes Diffusal first, but you need the other 4 heroes to bridge the gap where you're not as tanky and need a lot of setup, and they don't have that, so it's why he's going the Aghanims. Nigma should be the dictators of this game so
double
far.
up as a farming spell, farming item? I imagine
yeah, 100%,
it does, right?
100%. It is.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you have an inclination of we can't fight at minute 15, you go Aghanims on PL. That's basically the read now on this hero.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen too much of it. I mean, I watched a lot of it in the high MMR pubs around the start of the patch when everyone was like, wowee, it's a throwback to the past. Look at my PL. He can do juxtapose again. But what do they call it? Doppelganger, wasn't it, back in the day? But Doppelwalk or something?
Yeah, something like that. Doppelganger is still his second spell, but yes.
Yeah, but used to like,
I've already erased those years of PL from my mind, by the way, because as a support player, they were awful, obnoxious, and like maybe even like top 5 historical worst hero to anti-support combos that we ever had.
Yeah,
so
and there was no Glimmer
it
back then, so, you know, when he started running at you, you were just like, alright, well, guess I'll write my will and phone my wife and tell her I love her.
You also had no gold. Like, it's not even about the items, it's just back then the economy game for supports was you would be happy to have boots and a wand. Like, support players would be winning TI with like 2,000 net worth to their name. They'd be like, damn, I did it, boys. I earned a couple milli, but got nothing in game. And yeah, but now we got gold, we got economy, we got life, and maybe S4 is going to be losing his life here to a rotation.
Looks like a discipline reveal coming out from Mind Control, and he is going to use it to slay the enemy offlaner with ease. Comboing up with Mikey here. My goodness. I mean, yeah, Alliance, their call right now is
nice
just kind of to farm up. Okay, Chuan's making a play onto GH here. This would be a nice pickup, and I think they're going to... Oh, there was a little banister on there. It's fine. It's fine.
It was so close to being awkward. I was down for the survival, but of course, Pango has plenty of spells in his arsenal outside of Rolling Thunder to get the kill. Still really yet to see Pango enter the game. He's 2-0, but we've not really felt those kills be kind of game-changing kills where you're kind of making a statement. And already at the 13-minute, 40-second mark, Medusa has Manta complete, Butterfly already queued up.
He was very late on this defusal, even though he hasn't had like a terrible time. And now he's gonna have to run himself away, but he will have the swashbuckle. But yeah, like you really want to see him making moves onto Yuma when he picks up this diffusal blade. But at the point in the game when he got it, like they were already so far behind. Like you can't just run at a Medusa. That's a good way to lose.
Pretty much, and at least for Charlie, sitting on his 6k net worth, he is only 1 Ogre away from his Aghanims. The staff of Wizardry is sitting in his courier, so he is poised to accelerate his game. The issue is, like I mentioned during the draft, PL will basically have Ag's Diffusal, maybe Ag's Diffusal plus Yasha, by the time that Medusa's going for Roshan with her Butterfly and rallying her troops behind her to get the game going. And I still would love to see Alliance try and get some aggressive moves, even if you're not killing off the Medusa. Just force her to disrupt her farming pattern, or at least start killing off other heroes so that there's a bit of an issue. And yeah, sure, they're going to kill GH, but when we look at where he was positioned, this doesn't feel like a great kill, right? He's living on the dire side of the map, and that's already a sign of Nigma that's very much in charge of this game.
Man, this is yeah, that's, I mean, maybe these GH kills are giving them a bit more than perhaps they should be, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on exactly how they can come back into this game. I mean, to be fair, Nigma aren't exactly like putting the gas down. I mean, they're playing a Medusa draft. We don't really expect them to, but they are giving Alliance a little bit of space here, at least, to play their way back. But again, it's about those players. Like, when do Alliance start making plays to try and bring themselves back? Because Nigma, they're always looking for stuff with this Mars.
I think first Roshan test will be very important for Alliance, and also just getting any kills when Nigma are overextending. Like GH in the mid lane, you could argue MC right now is a bit overstepped his mark.
Yeah, let's see if they can punish this. I mean, Chuan did spend a really long time deciding whether to go for this this ultimate. He actually turns around to go for the Enchantress, which just means they can kill off Ponla on the side, and they don't get anything on Alliance.
Oh, they were missing the +1, right? And
goodness,
that's been the story so far.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised that Chuan decides about. I mean, I guess the Mars had like a very big wand available, but still. Oh, nice disruption. That'll save him from this cookie. And Chuan, no, never mind. Mind control's there with the spear available. It's a mega kill streak now for Mikey. 5-0-1. This Snapfire is owning.
Just crushing this game. Every choice he's made so far has just been beautiful. Rotate to the bot lane, get the kills. Yeah, and we saw there Pangela did actually jump over the wall, but yet to see him try and roll through the wall. So jumping works. That's in my mind tick half of the way there. So now I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it if he can actually, you know, just go through just normally as well. But it's good to see that he can play half his Dota, because I think the game was actually with Nisha going against Amar. It was Liquid versus Quest, and I remember Nisha just 0. Every time he hit the wall, boom, gets stuck. And so in regards to my little field, you know, test, option A, tick. Now option B. Let's keep a close eye out.
Won't be making it away. Tries to go for the blast off, can't quite get out. And that is going to be Kuro grabbing himself a little kill here onto the techies as they continue to kind of control up this top area. I don't imagine they're going for Roshan anytime soon, more just to kind of map controllers down at bottom. They're trying to bring down GH here. They will be able to do that, but S4 now needs to escape, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. There's a spear coming out onto him as well, somehow catching him on the edge of those stairs, and that'll be yet another kill going to Kuro here as they take down the Tidehunter. S4 is just having a rough time. He's dying in not terrible places, kind of dragging Nigma around a little bit, but still a tough old game for him so far.
Yeah, he's just going to be just an existence kind of factor in this game. Might hit a Ravage and sure, Alliance going to keep getting run over when they try and go aggressive. And you can kind of feel from Alliance at least that they know they can't make any real plays because their carries are AFK farming. So they're just kind of throwing bodies to do things. Is it helping them progress the map? No. Is it helping them really punish Nigma? Not at all. The net worth is still building towards Radiant side. But you can feel kind of that level of Charlie saying, guys, just do stuff and I'll be able to maybe win a fight based on the fact they pick PL into all of the heroes, right? Like they last picked this PL. So Charlie clearly has a read on a timing in which he knows he can do well. The issue is Alliance are dying so much around the map that they're so fat. They're going to be so fat on Nigma. And Mind Control having an absolutely stellar game. Him and Mikey have just pretty much picked apart Alliance in all the pickoffs, all the moves.
Yeah, and Charlie just, I mean, he's farming okay, right? Like, it's nothing amazing, but the thing is, everybody's so rich on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Like, we have 2 heroes above the 10k mark at the 18-minute mark. Like, that is a bad sign. Usually, if one hero is above the 10k mark at 18 minutes, we're like, okay, doing pretty well. Nice to see it, but yeah, this is a breakneck pace being set.
We've already mentioned how Alliance, they have some fail-safes in their lineup, right? Hanskin with the disruption can take over the Medusa. With Butterfly being bought by Medusa to deal with the PL, you now have the Medusa illusions having evasion. So when Medusa gets them generated, she's not going to be able to instantly 100 to 0 them, right? So because of the PL, the SD now has a better game indirectly. And I feel like for Alliance, as long as they don't feed away these cheap kills, there will always be a point where they'll have one fight to make it count, you know? The Ravage, into Techies plus Pango, SD and PL kind of playing on the fringe of the fight, getting the disruptions and Spirit Lances off. Sure, by that point, they might be down 15k gold, but at least if you're Alliance, you need to be, as a team, collectively discussing what point will we all be strong enough to take that single fight. Because if they crumble in that fight, Roshan falls. Racks get lost, like everything disintegrates on the map for them. They really are locked into the bigger spells, I guess. So I'm excited to see how Alliance navigate this very awkward part of the game and how they choose that take that single fight.
All right, Sheffield Internet is back online. Alliance back in the driving seat. Dude, it's so weird that there's boot camping in Sheffield.
So sorry. I mean, of all the countries with a history within esports, they decide to come to the UK for their Division 2 fight, you know?
Yeah.
Any other country, they might have had some good luck, but they come to the UK of all places. That's not going to bring you any luck or good stuff.
I said, S4 might actually get out of this one.
Even
He's able to bounce himself away from all his troubles. Love to see it. Pipe of Insight giving him a shield to allow Thunderstoy to come off cooldown. Get himself away. Kiss is not quite connecting. The first kind of big miss we've seen from Nigma, I would say. I mean, it doesn't affect them too much. They still take back control of the side of the map, but Kisses will be down for a bit. It's a little bit of freedom for the side of Alliance.
You know what I want to see in this game, Nomad? I want to see S4 go for Ags on Tidehunter. I feel like going to your high ground, playing into that AoE gush, the additional armor plus the PL spam, it could be so overwhelming that Nigma never really feel too confident to step up, especially if Medusa's getting clones of herself hitting her. I think it could be a really nice defensive tool to stabilize this game. But the first time we see Charlie even get close to Radiant Heroes,
yeah, it kind of needs to be a big entry to the fight here for Alliance. I mean, they're backed up by that Ravage. It is available, so in we go. Yuma actually just going to Manta off the spears, the Spirit Lance, which makes sense. You don't want those PL illusions on you. Taking away your mana as a Medusa. That'd be very annoying, but they're picking this out right now. They kind of want to go for Charlie, and they've got the Atos to stop them getting off the Doppelganger. Now everything coming in, the disruption is there, though, and in comes the Stoneform as well. Charlie, he's up to the high ground, though, manages to get away, throws out a spear as well. That's going to start them bouncing around the fight, and Yuma, look at him, already down to about half mana. Try gets away. Looking very close.
He was so lucky to live there. If he was dusted, he was dead, but KuroKy placed the sentry instead, and the fight continues.
Holy Christ. Yeah, Mikey just force-stuffing himself into the fight. Ravage still available for S4 whenever he wants to use it. They don't really do much damage to him, so he can just kind of wait, bide his time, and choose his targets. Charlie still looking for an entry into this fight. And to be fair, the Spears are doing a lot, but GH is doing a lot as well. But now Yuma on the front lines by himself, well, just with Kura. Disruption comes out, but Ansgar taking damage. The Kisses come over the top as well. Ravage is down. They want to focus everything they've got onto Yuma and try and bring him down. Look at Charlie, not even entering the fight. Just let his illusions do the job. Now he comes in, trying to desperately finish off this Medusa. They need to get the kill. They need to bring down Yuma here. There's even the Decrepify coming through as well. It won't be enough, or maybe it will. Oh, the Doppelganger to Dr. Cookie. They get the kill. Yuma is down. We'll move across to Mikey now as well. Mikey just going for the TP out. He's going to make his way out of the engagement.
Oh, there's Swash as well.
Oh.
What an exceptional fight from Alliance. Everything that I've been mentioning and how they need to win this clutch fight, they do it perfectly. They see the engagement, they kite backwards, they keep on kiting, they play on the Spirit Lance spam, they wait until the exact moment that Yuma has kind of disconnected himself from the team to then throw in the disruption, throw in the Ravage on top. Chuan, the fact that he lives at the start of that engagement, just because he wasn't dusted, like, we're going to see the replay here, but just look at how beautiful Alliance come to the far right-hand side of the map here. They started this engagement in front of the Rosh pit, pretty much, but they wait, and look, Now you got 2 illusions plus the Ravage. MC doesn't have his BKB in play nor any big spells to throw in. And where's the position now from Nigma? So Alliance, they farmed this entire time, and I'm very impressed with them taking this specific type of fight. Like, I have been emphasizing that this is how they need to fight, and just to see it come into effect, it's beautiful to see. And yeah, props to Alliance. Some teams would have been very sloppy in this. Caveat now, they don't have Ravage. Can they contest Roshan? Probably not, but at least it drags that net worth lead from what, 8k down to 3k.
They're coming down. At least they're dragging heroes down to the bottom side of the map. Now, we have seen teams approach this very, very slowly in the past.
They're actually doing it. Ooh.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I mean, the poke from Charlie in the last fight was ridiculous. Like, it was so damn good. Like, the way he played this fight was exemplary, but they need to get it now. They need to get it fast. And Mikey's sitting on the high ground. He's ready to go. He's just forcing them back. They want to finish this Roshan, and they're going to be able to do exactly that. Aegis in the hands of Yuma, you can no longer play that same kind of fight.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have preferred to see Alliance just play the wider map here. Go to top, push out some lanes, get just a little bit more economy. Take the trade, right? You gain 2k of gold on the map, they get a Aegis, like whatever. But instead, they're still posturing to go for the bigger fight.
I mean, Ravage will be off cooldown, but it's Yuma Aegis, dudes. Like, this feels very scary indeed as a blink comes in from Mind Control, instantly trying to look for the engagement. S4 tries to hop way through the tree, still has that Tambler's toy, still doing absolute work for him in the moment. And he's choosing that over tier 2 items, by the way. Nigma Galaxy
Fair play.
holding the line. Yeah, Mind Control.
Look at them retreating now to the right-hand side of the map. But
to be fair, they're pretty low.
We can do
like,
it.
Ooh.
They're TPing out. They're fully leaving.
Stone Gate's being used. Yeah, they're pretty scared. They can't interrupt this with anything, though. So, you know, we'll be the safe play. But yeah. Interesting game. So interesting.
Again, for Nigma, just the fact that they get kited out. Like, MC, he tries to set up that engagement. He doesn't connect on the rebuke. He gets ulted by the Shadow Demon with the Demonic Purge, and at that point, his BKB is fully nullified. Sure, it's in play, but he's not able to move into a position to then arena and utilize it, right? And yeah, Alliance, they're just poking relentlessly. Nigma has the Aegis, that's great, but we kind of saw how Medusa struggled in the previous fight. So this Aegis isn't going to be the best Aegis in the world for them. And the net worth, MC, he was top net worth at some point in this game. Look at him now, bottom of all the cores. Nigma, they need to be very careful of how they choose to fight. They need to take the fight on their terms. Most likely, the classic one, find the supports, kill them, then take the bigger fight. If SD and Techies can free cast their spells, things might be a bit awkward. And SD, they do it, they find him.
Hand's gonna be that target, killed with ease by Mind Control, but that said, the Swashbuckler coming in the side from Join here. He's trying to get at least Mind Control low. Meanwhile, in the back lines, they're just scattering here. Yumro has been left kind of alone. I mean, has Aegis, does have the Stone Gaze in 9 seconds, so that'll be available for them as well. It'll just be, Rolling Thunder, not gonna get anything done there. Just forcing back Nigma more than anything.
Nice little poke. Charlie now, of course, has the Manta complete with Diffusal, so he's now scaling into the classic, more traditional PL items that we see. In his quick buy, he's got the big 3. I think any PL player loves playing the game when he gets Heart, Butterfly, and Scardy. Of course, Heart, all these items just innately make his illusions much stronger, be it through raw HP, damage, or even just the evasion aspect, so super annoying to deal with. Will he get to those 3 items? I kind of feel like he probably will do in this game. Nigma aren't playing at a high enough pace with this Dusa, with her Manta Butterfly timing, that you expect to see them at the high ground. Like, normally, with this type of draft, in a really good game, they're already kind of, at least once, they've poked the tier 3 and gone, hey guys, we're about to go get our Aegis. Next time we return here, you have to fight us and win, otherwise we take your base, right? And they haven't hit that timing, and which now means the game will get kind of awkward. All of the Alliance cores have done a splendid job at just bringing back their net worth. No one's really getting left behind in that regard.
Now, GH and Hanskin, I don't think either of them expected to see the other here. They're like, oh, hold on, what are you doing here?
Howdy, partner.
Yep, just drop all their spells on each other and run away. Fair enough. Bottom side of the map, looks like things might be breaking out soon. Ponlo, sitting in the trees.
Tumbler
Don't think know he's here. Now he knows they're there. And they know he's here. And now we know the arena's come down onto S4. S4 just kind of dancing, juking and jiving inside that arena of his. A lot of health there with a pipe as well to help him out against those kisses. So Once again, another ultimate just kind of wasted from the side of Nigma, and now they've only got a minute left on the Aegis, so with the cooldown, if they're not going to have Arena and the Aegis up in the same time anymore, I think this Aegis is going to go out with Nigma gaining nothing on the map for it, which is shocking considering the game state we were in before when they picked up this Aegis. And to be honest, the game state now, like 5k gold advantage. This Medusa is huge, but they don't feel confidence. I mean, is this maybe an example of over-respect of this PL?
I think it's actually just a realization of what damage does Nigma have, right? After their laning prowess, as soon as that pipe came into play for Tidehunter, Mikey's game got stalled out a little bit. We're not seeing Mortimer Kisses really be a punchy spell. And when you look at his items, he's yet to really scale into that right-click Snapfire that you've seen maybe from Quest and Quest Esports on Noob, sorry. When you get to level 20, that's when his damage really comes into play with Lil Shredder. You can see him now trying to go for that Silver Edge. And I think it's just a little bit of time needed. Like once Mikey gets to 20, has the Silver Edge, then we can start entertaining damage with inside Arena. Because right now we've already seen how Medusa, if she puts herself in a really aggressive position, she's getting poked down, disrupted. It's not the best. So I think, yeah, just a little bit of a rift forming with Nigma's lineup on how they actually want to approach fights, and it not being as cookie cutter as how other lineups would have probably played this mid game.
Definitely. Ponlo is going to get killed off over on the side here. Alright, Nigma Galaxy, they don't have an Aegis anymore, and apparently that's a cute push for tier 2s, but no, they did just find out the techies, and no, they can't defend this any further.
It's a trade for tier 2s as well. Of course, Alliance goes to bot side. Yuma being a cheeky little devil there, denying the Wisdom Rune
Oh, that's rude.
on the Alliance side of the map, so we're not going to be seeing that advantage, or at least that trade of XP. Always love seeing how players change up how they approach runes, right? We've seen Terrorblades now sending illusions at like the pre-7 minute mark to be ready there, just in case you're slow. Even now in the mid game, we're seeing cores sending out their mantas for it. It's quite fun just to see how Wisdom Runes really dictate quite a lot. And I mean, they should. They generate so much advantage to the team that can get them, especially if you're double dipping in that Wisdom game.
Yeah, absolutely. XP for the hero that picked it up. XP for the hero behind. Pretty important. Not like Tormentors, where oftentimes if you go for the Tormentor at 20 minutes, then it can just be bad some games. Some games it could be good. A lot more nuance taking Tormentor. Wisdom Rune, just grab them. Always make sure. Unless your team's like running into Roshan or something. Then it's kind of a grief, but 8k gold advantage for Nigma Galaxy.
It doesn't feel like that, right? Like it feels like an 8k lead, but an 8k lead on the fringe of you position incorrectly in the fight and Alliance will reign supreme.
Yeah, and they're heading towards this heart on PL at a pretty quick rate as well.
Yeah, relatively quick rate. I think when you compare the Medusa, like she just picked up a Daedalus, so damage issues that we've been saying Medusa's have lacking, relatively answered now with that Daedalus. She now needs to be able to stand her ground. Of course, into the annoyance of Alliance's heroes, there will be concerns. I think when Techies picks up the Shard as well, you throw that into the mix, there's going to be a disarm, disruptions, disarm from Pangolier. It isn't going to be the perfect 100-0 Dusuk A-click throughout this entire fight, right? There's even a Halberd on the Tidehunter. So yes, Yuma's getting the items in play, but Alliance already kind of have like the checkboxes ticked to some degree. Pono doesn't have the Shard yet, but I hope to see him pick it up or at least get a Tormentor kill down the line. But no, this is what is going to be the big item for Nigma to get into this game. Honestly, I feel like it's less about items now and more about setting up the perfect team fight. We've yet to really see them utilize Arena plus Medusa plus Snapfire in conjunction together, right? It's been a lot of kind of fragmented spells kind of thrown around the fight rather than that kind of clean 100-0.
Yeah, and either team could get that as well. Like, with the Mars jumping in, if he catches 2 heroes or more inside that arena, the Medusa's going to come in there and kill them all, mow them down with a split shot. On the other side, if there's a nice Ravage coming through, then the PL will just be able to destroy them with Spirit Lancers bouncing around all over the place, Pangolier bouncing around all over the place.
Did you see Yuma's quick buy, by the way? He's trying to go for the answer to the PL. We see some Medusas do this, but he's going for that Mjolnir potentially on Medusa. Of course, you put the active on yourself, and then you proc lightning. You then right-click as well, additional magic damage. So it could be enough to deter some of the illusions, kill them off, and give her a little bit more just kind of innate tankiness through the damage of killing the illusions. But it's still, you're never happy when your Deucer has to buy this item, right? I think the other answer could just be BKB Swift Blink and play on your team setting up the engagement for you to do the damage. That could be a better option. Maybe this Mjolnir falls flat, but we'll see if it works out down the line. It could be absolutely goated and do everything, or it could just be ignore her, or just dispel it with the SD as well. We'll see if it really pays off, or if he even continues down that route. But for now, Nigma, they are smoked up. They are trying to find something, but their lanes aren't really in a good spot. Bot lane's already getting pushed in. Mid lane's inside the river. So Alliance very much backed out of this part of the map. Look, they're just sitting inside the tier 2, tier 3s.
I mean, look at Chuan. He's literally sitting on a hill right now. He's like, they're very much aware of that Nigma are up to no good.
Well, sense some shenanigans.
Do indeed, and now the team are going to group up all together. Yeah, they're happy to take this. I'll fight it on their terms.
Roshan is up, so this is a pivotal part of the game once again. Whoever gets Roshan might get a little bit more confidence to look at some objective play.
Let's see. I mean, PL does kind of give things away, and now, oh my god, look at that Enchantress! She just absolutely melts the damage of Alliance. The illusions plus the swashbuckler is way too much for Kuro to deal with, so their early warning system is gone, but they're looking for the return kill, and they are likely going to find it here onto Ponlo. Ponlo trying to make his way around this one, but can't really do it, and once again, Charlie just injecting into the fight here, not committing, just throwing in those spears again and again. Yuma is just going to manta that one off, and every time that Atos comes out, there's a couple of seconds of, ooh, is Charlie okay? But now with that manta, he's going to be absolutely fine. He could just continue being that annoying little guy on the sidelines. I mean, kind of feels like they need to jump in with the Mars somehow.
I mean, he already did and found the supports. The start of that fight, this high ground spot we see here, Alliance, they placed ward and sentry, saw the Nigma ward, but didn't deward it when their smoke broke. So then they sat underneath it for like 4 or 5 seconds, giving the entry to the fight.
Let them see us.
Exactly, and it didn't really pay off because of course Techies died, but still, the fact that no big support, the SD didn't die in that, gives Alliance life in the area.
Kuro just TPing into this fight. I mean, giving no cares at all towards Charlie, and now the Ravage coming through as well. That'll allow him to kill the Pugna. Well, Asgen is dead in the meantime. BKB coming out from the Medusa. I mean, she's low on mana, not completely out though. Just gonna pop that Stone Gaze and try and find Charlie, but Charlie's just out. I mean, Kuro does finally end up dying as well, but they're all kind of pinned here on Nigma Galaxy. They're just going to get speared to death by Charlie, who again, just not committing to this fight. Just spear after spear after spear, and now they're engaged. They bring down Yuma, looking towards GH on the sidelines as well. GH trying to get himself away on the Pugna, will not be able to do so. Over on the sidelines, Mind Control popping the BKB and just trying to run himself out from this one. Ponlo staying on a 6, but the rest of the team have backed themselves away. They will allow Mind Control to escape because they've got that big kill. They brought down the base Snake Lady, and now Alliance are going to go into Roshan.
And 4,500 damage done from the PO in this fight. Same thing, not so much damage from the Pangolier, but 2,400. It's just that constant poke. We're seeing no real damage done by anyone else because it's the long game that Alliance are looking for, and I gotta give it to them. Other than that one, they didn't hit the D ward. That upset me a little bit. The rest of that fight was, again, very good from them. They know how to take the engagement, and we're seeing Roshan go up and down. Oh, okay. You know what? He wants to stay in the pit. He wants to stay on the Radiant side at night.
As long as he stays here now and doesn't go for an adventure around the map. That's what's important.
I wish I watched that. I was looking at other things, so when I saw him go into the portal, I didn't see if he had like any effects on him to maybe be an implication towards why he comes back, but you do love it, a good old buggy game. Luckily for Alliance, it wasn't as if Nigma had any kind of global spells or anything to maybe punish this little bit of misaligned code within the game, and bye.
All right.
DD ruined Silver Edge. He died.
Totally did, yeah. Level 20 Snapfire, nothing to mess with. But yeah.
Now, Mikey's like, if only I can do that in a real fight, wouldn't that be absolutely joyous?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even sure what the fights are going to look like when we get to 25. It looks like we're heading that way. I mean, is Mikey just going to murder all these PL illusions every time Lil Shredder's off cooldown?
This is important. All right. So Roche is running up. No effects on him currently.
No effects on him whatsoever. He's just
Does he get disarmed? Does he get Meteor Hammer stunned?
I mean, I've seen this happen plenty of times, and nothing seems to really affect it.
Okay, yeah. So Great obsing, by the way, Scriff, you beautiful man. You kept Roshan clicked the entire time. There was a single proximity mine upon entry to the dire side. That was the only thing that affected him outside of right clicks. So,
I mean,
sure.
if you're moving house and the first thing you see is a mine, a land mine,
True, that
kind of
you
reasonable.
do want to. Yeah, you talk to your estate agent. What are you selling me
Yeah.
here, boss? You really
It's not
tried to
coming
pull
from the
one over my
survey,
eyes this
guys.
time. Yeah. It would be interesting if there was like some scenario where like instant damage upon arrival was for some reason a factor, but we've seen enough Techies games where that clearly isn't a thing, because
Yeah.
Techies always has mines around Roshan Pit, right? But yeah, just a scuffed game. Beautifully scuffed game.
If it was that
Change it for the
simple, it
world.
would be fixed by now, I'm pretty sure. It's a weird
Yeah.
one. It happens very, very rarely. Sometimes he goes back. Sometimes he takes a trip around the map. That also gets really bad, because then you have to kill him with spells, which some teams just can't do. And
I think the
it gets
best one though
confusing.
is it's the teams that know how to chain control Roshan at the day-night cycle
that's-
to keep it in the pit just an extra, let's say 8-9 seconds to get the kill. Like, they're the teams that just pop off. They are insanely good, but also you need the right heroes to be able to do it. Alliance, they don't have the heroes to be able to do that type of play in this game. And for Nigma, they
Medusa.
really okay.
Yeah, I mean, the disruption comes through just to interrupt the life drain, and it might be enough. BKB's out, but she's out of mana. Yuma needs to get away. The Bangalore chasing. No, it doesn't go for the Medusa kill. Charlie frozen on the low ground here, but he's got that Aegis, so he doesn't really care too much. So far, only the one casualty. It's just Kuro who's fallen. Charlie looks towards finishing off the tower here as Michael on the back lines. He's got the BKB, but he's got no teammates. He's got no way out of this either, so he's just going to go down here. Charlie cleaning up another one. I gotta say this, Charlie Phantom Lancer is looking absolutely juicy right now.
And his scoreline doesn't even look that great, right? He's 5-0-5. It's the 40-minute mark nearly in the game, but he's just been so decisive with how he wants to take the engagements, and he's kind of rallied the rest of Alliance to understand his game plan in the fight, and everyone else on the team has subscribed to it. Kite, Prolong, Dodge, and in doing so, Nigma just had been so afraid to try and do anything, and we're close to getting that Mjolnir complete from Medusa. Will it really have much assistance at this point in the game? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, they're just on the retreat the entire time.
It's insane how quickly she's losing her mana in these engagements. Like, it is just dropping.
I mean, you got the additional range on the Swash from the level 10 talent and Pangolier with Diffusal. You have the PL Lance spam. Like, it's easy to drain that mana.
Disruptions there. Yuma being forced, being cookie, trying to get her away. The illusions alone, even doing a pretty decent amount. Kiss is going to come over just to try and keep these barracks alive. So this is just to get the hell out of my base, cookies. But Charlie, he doesn't, no, just doppelganger back onto the high ground again. Another spear comes out. Kura has to run himself away. Meanwhile, the main PL himself is just going to focus, but now comes in the little shredder, blasting down the Phantom Lance. The disruption will be there to keep him alive a little bit longer. He's going to come back, of course, has the Aegis, so he might be dying fully here, and yep, certainly will go down. Alliance, you need to make sure you're ready to defend him. Swashbuckles come through, disarms the Medusa for the time being with a spear back. Oh, that's good. Mikey, he's got another little shredder in just 2 seconds. That might not be what they need to finish the job. Yuma's doing a pretty decent job as well. The crit comes through, and Charlie is dead. Chuan goes down with him. There's a little shredder coming out from Mikey. 2 big cores wiped off the face of the earth. Alliance, they stayed around just a little too long, and now they're on the hunt. Nigma Galaxy, they find yet another one. Spear catches out. S4 just the right timing at the tail end of the TP. S4 trying to get himself away, but I don't think there's any way out of this one. Mikey even going to deny him the arcane rune as well. Little shredder available. Pop, 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 and Mikey is godlike.
Excellent spellcasting there from Nigma. Their backs against the wall. Alliance winning every single team fight, but they take the Aegis with relative ease, and then MC hits the spear on the PL. Sure, it doesn't hit the stun, but he sets up the position of the fight that Yuma can then use Stone Gaze and just get straight into the middle of the fight. And because of the positioning of Alliance, we finally got to see the damage, the constant right-clicking of both Snapfire and Medusa. And I can't emphasize how important that Stone Gaze was. It prevented Huntskin from using the disruption to then save the PL and most likely turn around that engagement. It was just the smallest of margins for Nigma to hit those spells, and they did. And now they're up at the high ground. They could be the first one to take the racks, and
Mikey?
that would be cheeky, Mikey. I think you need to calm down there, Sailor. All right, there you go. Rax is in your
I
wheelhouse.
don't know. They
He hit 25. Oh, you think they can just go for N?
I mean, Yuma was tempted by it as well. He was like, I don't know. It's a good, it's a good point you raise, Mikey. Interesting proposal. I shall consider it, but
with fortification and how strong the Ancient is.
Stone Gaze and BKB available. I mean, they're going to have to pop it kind of soon here because you're getting kind of low on the Medusa. Disruption comes out as well. Now these Medusa Illusions going to be on top of Yuma. Ulti out from Hanskin as well. They're throwing everything they've got at Yuma, just trying to slow her down, not let her out. She doesn't have the mana to TP out of this engagement. Whoa, John. He gets frozen solid. Even though using the arena, finally Yuma gets enough mana for the TP, does it in the tree lines and does escape. Goodness gracious.
What an arena, actually.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was a great arena. It prevented S4 from getting close enough to even try and max range the Ravage there. And
all tentacles.
What a turn of events. I feel like Nigma shouldn't really have won any of the big team fights, right? But MC just comes in clutch, makes the plays that you want to see from a veteran like him, and they suddenly get a Rax out of it. Can they replicate that again? I think outside of the base, their draft still has issues in taking the fight. Yes, they're 12k up, but I don't think they can get that perfect level of spear into Stone Gaze, supports nullified because they're stoned up. Like,
counterpoint.
I think for Alliance at least, it's go for it. I'm ready for a counterpoint.
Mikey's 25, so
true, he is big boy.
We always have this X factor now of if one or two hero gets stoned, then they're just going to get gunned down, and any hero will die to that. PL, S4. They will just evaporate under that damage. So it's kind of one of those things where Snapfire level 25 just feels like it can sometimes be a game ender. Of course, Alliance are just going to have to be very ready for it.
Yeah, vision is so fundamental now. They have a good high ground ward here, but at any minute with what you're describing, Nigma now has like the X factor in their lineup, right? They've overcome the awkwardness, and at any minute, it's like you break the game with an SD kill or a Techie kill. Even Pango can die to this, right? So Alliance, they shouldn't be comfortable. They're the ones at any minute. Ooh, there's a jump. Supports are very vulnerable.
Oh my goodness. Okay, there goes Podlo. First one out. Now the arena comes down, trying to catch out at the very least a Shadow Demon. I mean, his saves have been so damn annoying, but the Ravage is there. S4 looking to save Hanskin, or at least buy him a little bit of time as Charlie and Chuan on the sidelines here just trying to bring down Kuro. They seem to be struggling with that assignment though, as well, Stonegaze comes down from Medusa. She's still absolutely healthy, hunky-dory, as the Manta comes in to dodge the spear, which doesn't look like it was hitting anyway. Kuro even laying in the damage onto Charlie here as well with these spears coming on down, trying to play around this Charlie a little bit. He's trying to bait them out with a different illusion. That's a cute play, but in the heat of the moment, doesn't really matter too much. You pops a BKB, looking for the turnaround as a little shredder nearly brings down S4. Once again, it's just on the borderline here. Those little shredders just threatening super hard, but not quite enough. And Alliance, they are chasing in for more here. They don't want to be done with this fight. Medusa would be a huge kill. Yeah, that was a crazy capture fire farm.
What's Mikey doing? Mikey just went straight for the tier 4s.
What the hell? I mean...
hello?
All right.
He
Death by 1,000 little shredders, I guess. You do this every fight, and, well, I don't know what'll happen. Probably not good things, but... Interesting.
I love the state of the game now, because like it went from Alliance having such beautiful team fight control into then one high ground siege, and then the levels come into play, and now Mikey, he's really able to just cut through everything Alliance has been able to present themselves. And even with their defensive posturing around the ward, they just don't have kind of global coverage to be able to really stop Snapfire from just executing those heroes. Oh, a whiffed arena. But look at this again from Mikey.
But Mikey is sitting and waiting. He's looking for John as well, but John rolling around the engagement, using that shield crash to give himself a little bit of health. Charlie, he could be in some trouble. They were on top of him once again. The little shredder coming on through. Charlie needs to get himself out. The invisibility, there's a taser as well. He's running. He can't go for the TP there, and he knows he's trying to get to the other side of Roshan's pit, but he's running out of places to run. Yuma looking for him, gonna hunt him down. Down goes the Phantom Lancer. 94 seconds dead, but has the buyback.
Dude, Mikey is doing so much work right now. Like he feels like the true carry. The way that he's approaching these fights,
he's coming down mid again.
thousands of damage at any minute, and why not? He's got the ninja gear, right? So he can ninja gear into vulnerable positions, then make sure he's got the silver edge in play. And Alliance had a center on the high ground.
Nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
It's no interest in messing around with that Snapfire.
Topsy-turvy game.
For real.
I kind of feel bad for Alliance. They did so well to like execute their fights to get to this position, but they didn't factor in just the Mikey factor. Like, he's 12-0. Like, he's had such a subtle game up until the point where he hits 25 and then it's all him.
PL holding the buyback for when his Shadow Demon is back, but they're not going to have much of a choice here unless Nigma choose to respect them, which, to be fair, it looks like they are. They don't want to get caught into an engagement where they can't control up this PL. That is the thing. That is the key thing. In that last fight, they managed to catch the real one. I don't know who we should be giving credit for finding the real Phantom Lancer, but that was a big deal.
Credit. Just say it was a good team effort.
Yeah, it's a good team effort, guys.
Yeah, good job, guys. Keep it up.
Good pinging.
Yeah. I'm sure the camera lock thing still does work, right? Where if you see PL and you just double click on the portrait, it will lock onto the main PL. I don't know if that still works, because there was a phase where you could do that, and then when he doubles, it would sort of snap to him.
Mikey being chased down a little bit here. I mean, they're taking Roshan off the side of Nigma Galaxy, but they're looking for the counter kill onto Mikey, and I don't think he's getting out of this one. Certainly will not. Downey will go for the first time this game, and all that gold comes in towards Charlie.
The duality of the mid lane, right? It's like they're super aggressive. They pop off. You praise them, and then at any minute, you know, they could do that. And
yep. I mean, he's just been playing very aggressively with that Silver Edge, just trying to get pickoffs across the map. So Alliance do finally punish for it.
I can't fault him. Alliance need to be careful though. Yes, they just killed Mikey, but he has buyback and boots of travel. So at any minute, the numbers game will still lead the way of Nigma.
TPs, so they're going to see them. They won't. Nighttime, they'll have vision.
Okay, let's disengage there. They don't offer up a random fight that would enable or force Mikey to have to buy back. And with Medusa with the Aegis, you already have plenty of kind of leverage to try and go for that final Rax.
This could be a read here, but unfortunately there is vision down already for Mind Control, so you can just TP out. But yeah, I did feel like Alliance kind of knew that someone might come and shove this top wave. Someone could have been hiding in that tree line, and yeah, it was the right call, but they didn't have the vision. So,
and another reason why PL is struggling at this point in the game, Mars, of course, had Shiva's for quite some time now, but we've seen it kind of hit impact the previous fights. Any AoE attack slow and just move slow does hurt the illusions. It's very good against any illusion hero, pretty much. You've got the Pugner with his ward. If he's able to, in the decisive moment, quickly throw one life drain to disperse the illusion and kill them off instantly. For Nigma, they have itemized and played around this PL. After that one high ground siege, they kind of adapted accordingly. But it took them 2 or 3 very awkward fights to kind of understand the processes in which they want to approach this PL, and they've adapted mid-game to be able to do it. Will they be able to get the mega creeps and cleanly close out this game? Of course, Alliance won't be backing out any point.
Goes in for the disruption onto the Medusa, but might be paying the price for it as Mind Control immediately drops the arena down. Hanskin is going to end up dying here, but Charlie doing a decent amount of damage back towards Mind Control, but he himself is getting kind of low, and in for the backlines, Yuma goes in deep. S4's looking low, he's going to fall as well. Alliance, they need to hold the line here, but Stone Gaze out onto Charlie. He needs help, but Tron comes rolling in to try and give it to him, but the little Shredder's down as well. Doppelganger up to the high ground. Charlie trying to escape, but he's being forced around every which way. He is down. Buyback needs to be used now, and it will be, but they're fighting without their Shadow Demon. He is not back into this engagement right now. Alliance gonna have to find a way to make this work regardless, as Tron taking some heavy hits, and the front lines here does have to buy back, and he wants to make the most use of it possible. Look at that little Shredder coming on through. It's not enough to bring down the Pangolier though. Charlie just trying to do his best here to just throw in spells, throw in abilities, but Yuma again with the blink dagger just getting in front of the spear, catch him out as well. Charlie is gone. 125 seconds, no buyback on the Phantom Lancer. That should be it for the side of Alliance. I don't think they can fight without him. Yuma just walking around the fight, taking whoever he wants. A Snapfire as well, dealing the damage. GH somehow picks up those kills. I don't know how. Buybacks are coming, but GG's are called. The game is over in Alliance. They will fold out of this first game.
Oh, but what a close game. Neither team was in the driving seat for the entirety, and I gotta give it to Mind Control.